Okay, Shalom. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of great Milestone who rule well. Peace and mercy to the elect of the nation of Israel whom are scattered across the four winds of the planet Earth. All right, now in this lesson, we're going to do a review on the mark of the beast. All right, because as you brothers know, we are in the times of, the prophecy of the chip, which is already initiated, but is going to go on a more grander, fuller scale. All right, because very, very soon, Esau is going to come down upon us very, hard than he is right now. All right, and he's going to bring in, martial law, and the camps, man, the concentration camps. All right, and that's when, our spiritual bones, are going to be put to the test. All right, so before we actually, go through all that, we first have to know what to expect concerning the mark of the beast. All right, what is the mark of the beast? All right, and what will happen if we take the mark of the beast? Okay, and what will happen if we don't take the mark of the beast? All right, so without further ado, we're gonna get into the scriptures.
I'm gonna read Revelation 3 and 10 first. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Right, so the hour of temptation, man. The hour of temptation that's going to come and try all of those that are upon the earth is the hour in which Esau, all right, is going to make it mandatory, all right, for everyone on the planet Earth, but specifically for the elect of the nation of Israel, to either take the chip, which is the mark of the beast, which is the Rfid microchip, all right, which the apostles and elders of great Milestone have been teaching even before YouTube for decades. All right, we're going to be put in a position in where are we going to take the chip or are we not going to take the chip? All right, and Lord willing, the Lord is going to put the spirit on us, all right, to not take that chip, man. All right, because if we take that chip, that's gonna be, the end of us, basically. Simplest terms, man. The Lord is gonna destroy us. So can you please read that again, brother?
This is Revelation 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation.
Yeah. What is the Lord's patience? Going out there in the highways and byways and doing His work, feeding the flock, bidding the flock to come back in. All right. And who's the flock? The nation of Israel. All right. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. All right. Being brotherly, following His commandments. All right. If we do those things now, all right, then the Lord is going to keep us from the hour of temptation. All right. Which is what the brother's going to read it. Keep reading, bro.
It says, which shall come upon all the world.
Which will come upon all the world. Now, that world really is talking about everyone, but specifically the world of Israel, man. The world of the elect, specifically of the nation of Israel. All right, because we're all going to be tested, man. We're all going to be, our integrity, all right, is going to be tested on whether or not am I going to take that chip because I want to feed my family or myself, or am I not going to take that chip and die for the sake of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai? Okay, that is going to be the ultimate decision, man. All right, the ultimate choice, the hour of temptation. Okay, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that was it.
Right.
This is Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Yeah, and he calls them all those, small and great, rich and poor, to receive a mark in their right hand and their forehead. And when you go into the word mark, all right, Strong's G482, correct me if I'm wrong.
Strong's G54.
Yeah, there we go. All right, which is charagma, which means a mark. All right, implant, an incision. All right. Please read that again.
Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor.
Yeah, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor. A rich person, even a poor person. All right. People living in the ghettos and, keep going.
Free and bond.
Free and bond, those that are free, that's walking around right now. All right, and those that are a bond, that are in jail, man. All right, that are locked up, basically. All right, keep going.
Yep. And then he is talking about the Edomites, the so-called white men. These people that you call Zionists or the central bankers. The Rothschilds. The elites. Who you call the so-called Illuminati. All right. That's the he's talking about, because the way how they look at us as goyim, which is cattle. Basically they look at us as free slaves roaming around. So they want to brand us with this chip.
Yeah.
To receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
To receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right. You're going to be faced with, the decision, like I mentioned earlier, to receive a mark in either your right hand, or if you don't have any hands, you're going to receive it in your foreheads. All right. And that mark, is going to tell you as the brother reads down. All right.
Verse 17, that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark.
Yeah, that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. So if you don't have that mark, all right, which is the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip / NFC system, all right, if you don't have that mark, you will not be able to buy nor sell. All right.
Yeah. And that proves that it's a currency as well, because it said he calls of all, meaning it's going to be mandatory as well. You're not going to have the decision where, you are going to have the decision to make whether to take the chip or not to take it, but this is going to be a mandatory currency. The elites is going to require everybody to take this chip, and if you don't have this chip, you're going to starve. You're going to go through famine. But the hopeful elect, Lord willing, that be all of us here, we're not going to do that because we know the consequences, and we know ultimately this is one of the final prophecies. We know we're going to have to be put to death. All right. Because what do we have to look forward to? The kingdom of heaven, everlasting life, all right, everlasting rulership. Read on.
Mm-hmm.
Save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Verse 18, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is a number of a man, and his number is 666.
Yeah, so the beast, which is a system, all right. If you don't have his mark, all right, which is 666, 666, all right, ultimately that chip, then you're gonna pretty much, you won't be able to buy nor sell, man. It's that simple. All right. But if you are a man of the Lord, all right, and you do what is required of you by enduring to the end, all right, by ultimately dying for the sake of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, as the brother just said, you're going to receive salvation, man. All right, it is a part of, our trial or a test, all right, to prove our faith, to prove our loyalty to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all right, because He is the one that's in charge of everything, man. He is the one that's orchestrating all these events, all right, all these prophecies, man, all right. So whatever the Lord says in these scriptures, so shall it be. That's going to come to pass, man. All right. So that that was just a point.
You want to make a point of the sixth stigma?
Nah, that's good at that. Yeah, I got a scripture though.
Yeah, you got it.
This is Revelation verses chapter 2 verse 10. It says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison." And that devil is talking about the same he when you read Revelation 13 and 16. The devil is the so-called white man, starting with the elites, the banking families, because they the ones that pull the strings on everything that's going on, in the planet. So it said, don't fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. The devil shall cast some of you into prison, into these concentration camps. Like you see right now, the people in Houston, that went through that hurricane, some of them is being taken into FEMA camps, into the Walmarts and stuff like that. So this is going to happen on a wide scale level when, because the elites, they like to do something called order ab chaos. So there's going to be like a catastrophic type of event. It might be a geo-engineered storm, like these hurricanes that we're seeing now. It could be a man-influenced famine. We don't know what it exactly is going to be, but we know Yahweh Shai said it's going to be a time that never was on the earth. So there's going to be a lot of crazy shit going on, and the devil, the so-called white man, he's going to cast some of us into prison. This is talking about the elect, right? That ye may be tried. See, the hour of temptation, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So meanwhile, there's gonna be brothers, a few brothers in these camps. They're gonna try to microchip the men of the Lord. They're gonna try to make them worship the beast and his image and take that mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. But it said, "Be thou faithful unto death." So if you read Revelation 20:4, it tells you what's gonna happen to some of those that's not gonna take the chip. Why it says, "Be faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life," which is the kingdom.
I'm gonna read it.
Yeah.
This is Revelation chapter 20, verse 4. And it reads, "And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushai, and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands."
Yeah, so that's not talking about, your so-called revolutionaries and shit like that. People that are, because you have regular everyday people that are against the chip, that are against getting microchip. That's talking about the men of the Lord, because it said for the testimony of Yahushua. So that could be us, and we don't even know. But that includes the elect, all right, the 1/3. They're gonna try to take some of us, cast us into prison, and give us that microchip. Whichever way they might do it. It might be by guillotine, because it said that. Can you read that one more time, Salaki?
Con, bro.
This is the second half.
Con.
It said they was beheaded, right?
Yes, right. It says, "And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushai, and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Yahushai 1,000 years."
Yeah, see, so they was faithful unto death. They got beheaded, guillotine, and then they reigned with Yahushai, which is the kingdom of heaven. So that's a faith that we got. That's a message,
Yeah. And a quick point: the 1,000 years. It's going to take 1,000 years for the kingdom, to be built up. That's what it's going into. I got a precept if y'all don't know. Revelation 14:9, because there's a consequence if you take this chip. You got these 501c3 churches and Hebrew Israelite groups that sold out, teaching that now there's no damnation if you take the chip. These you got people on the fence like, we don't know that the mark of the beast is the chip. Or you got people that don't believe in the scriptures. They don't want to believe that that's the chip because they're hearing it from us. Well, whether you believe it or not, there's a consequence for it. Here it is, Revelation 14:9. "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man, worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand." All right, because you don't have to just get the chip in your right hand, all right, for you to be damned. All right, you could get in your left hand, you get in your arm, you get in your back, you could get it anywhere in your body. You're receiving the mark if you do that. All right, and don't try and cheat the Most High. Like if you can just take the chip out. No, once you get it, it's in you already. All right.
And basically, real quick, you worshiping the beast when you take that chip, because it's the mark of the beast. So once you take that chip, you accepting his philosophy, you accepting his way of life. So even if you take the chip out, in your spirit, you already received that judgment.
Receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. Now his forehead, because you have people that's war veterans, you have people that's amputees, you got people that don't even have arms or legs. But everybody needs a head and a brain to survive, so that's where they would get the chip at. Verse 10, "The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation." That word indignation, it means righteous anger. "And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb." All right, so if you get this chip, you're going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. All right, and then ultimately, if you survive that, Yahushua himself with the angels is going to come and destroy you. He's going to turn you into dust. Like these movies they be portraying with his alien invasions. All right, that's prophecy. That's in the book. All right, the Bible. Last verse 11. "And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest, day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the